Hello, PitchGrounders. We are live. What is going on? This is the pre-launch webinar of Predis, a tool that is launching on April 15th. That is this coming Thursday. So, where are you guys joining in from? You have enrolled for the event. So, if you're joining in from the event notification, say hi who in the comments below. So, let's wait for more people to join in and we will present this tool live in action. So we are doing this pre-launch webinar to show you who is behind the tool, what you're actually signing up for, because we value your money. And when you're investing a lifetime deal with us, we value it. So you have the right to know every single thing about this lifetime deal, about where your money is going to, and about this tool that you're going to get it. If you are an Instagrammer, that's right. People are joining in. France, our most active person from YouTube. Hello, France. How are you? Good to see you here. Facebook user, I'm sorry, I can't see your name, but wow, that's awesome. So if you're an Instagrammer, I want you to stay in this webinar because this tool is specifically built for Instagrammers and it will make your Instagram post even more better. What if right now around 15 people are there in the live, and let me ask you a question before we get started with this webinar. What if you could predict how your social media post could perform, beforehand, before you already made the post? Would you improve your post even more? And that's the power of AI that we are seeing in 2021, guys. Predis can actually predict how your post is going to perform, also suggest improvements beforehand so that your post can engage better. Post can reach more people. You can beat an algorithm with this tool. So we have the team of Predis with us here. And before we get started, here's an intro video of Predis.
An influencer. The main question you ask yourself every morning is what the world is thinking about right now. And you start digging. The latest news, memes, trends, blah blah blah, and even if you did find the right answer, you're not even halfway there. Now you need to create your own content. But what to write about? How to find that brilliant idea? And even when you've done, how do you know your post on social media will hit the mark? Not to mention, you have to look over the fence and find out what your rivals talk about. What if I told you that we've got a tool for all that?
Shut up and take my money!
That's right. Here comes Predis, a simple but powerful tool that will help you analyze terabytes of social media content in seconds, predict the performance of the post even before you publish it. Predis can tell you the right time to post, the right hashtags, what media to use, and how many users to tag. Furthermore, with Predis you can find out what content is working for your competitors just in few clicks. Now hurry up and grab that lifetime deal here at PitchGround.com.
So the lifetime deal is not alive yet. The lifetime deal will be launching on April 15th, and we have the founder of Predis with us, Tanmay. So good to see you in this webinar.
Hi, Minak. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome. So France says, I'm a YouTuber, so I need to leave. No, France. I mean, if you're a YouTuber, you might want to explore Instagram. And Instagram, you might think it's tough, but after this tool, Instagram might get easy for you. So stick around. Yes. So Tanmay, how did you find PitchGround? Can you get started with that? Like, how did you find us? And
Okay, so I'm a second-time founder, and while starting Predis, I was just looking around, asking, just checking different avenues where I could talk to more people, more users. That is where I came to know about PitchGround. And once I saw your community, I think I was really impressed. I mean, the kind of engagement you guys have, that was brilliant. So I thought that maybe you should also launch on this. I mean, we will get users faster.
Awesome. And we are launching on April 15th. We're going to go live. But before that, we have prepared a presentation for you guys so that you guys can get to know the team up close. So Tanmay, without wasting so much time, let's get started with the presentation.
Sure. So let me just share my screen.
Before we get started with the presentation, we have a question already. Does it check with the Insta database or just from your own account? Will this work for small or
Okay.
new accounts? Very interesting question.
So it does work for small and new accounts. So there are two, I would say, limitations or whatever conditions which are needed. First is you need to have an Instagram business account. Why that is needed is because Predis uses the official Instagram APIs, and we get the API access only for business accounts. Instagram does not allow us to use the API for personal accounts. That is one. Second is the account should have at least a minimum of 20 to 30 posts for an AI to understand at least something. I mean, it's a fairly natural thing. The AI needs some data to start with, to play with, and our analysis kind of says that you need around 20 to 30 posts for minimum. But it's not that you can't use Predis till the time it is not there. So fundamentally, you can still keep on understanding or getting hashtag suggestions, caption ideas till the time you get to whatever like your 20, 30 odd posts, and then you can start to use the entire feature set. So fundamentally, I think there is only one constraint, which is that Instagram business account, but that's also not a very big deal. You can always convert your account to a business.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, can you share your screen, Tanmay?
Sure. So let me just, yeah. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Got it.
The
So let me
stage is
just start.
yours. Go ahead.
So let me just start with a brief background about what is the kind of problem, or rather than what is our mission statement. So fundamentally, what we are trying to do is we are trying to put more power in the hands of social media marketers. I mean, as of today, a kind of, I would say, opinion has formed that you can't really win against algorithms. I mean, platforms make some algorithmic changes and then suddenly everything changes and stuff like that. And fundamentally, it has kind of become a black box. We are basically trying to change that, which is why the mission statement that more power in the hands of you. Okay, so let me first take some time to talk about us. Who are we? So founding team, like we are a team of three people. Let me first introduce myself. So I have been an entrepreneur for the last 8 years. I had built a company called as Torcus before starting Predis. So Torcus was in the restaurant technology space. We were building point of sale and supply chain management products for restaurants in the F&B sector, and we ran it for a good 6.5 years, scaled it to a very reasonable level, and then sold that company to the largest digital company in India, which is Times Internet. I was working there for almost 2 years and left around 2 months back. My co-founders, Akshay and Akash, both of them are IIT Roorkee pass outs. So, folks out of India who do not know what is IIT, IITs are primarily the most premium engineering institutions in India. I mean, it won't be wrong to say that IITs is basically top 0.5% of engineering talent in India. And both of these folks have a very good hand on AI and ML, have won a lot of international competitions also, were working in some fast growing startups which were into AI. So this is basically about us, the team. Yeah. Now let me come to the problem. Why did we think of it? Why did we start? So one, I would say overall theme, like whenever I used to do marketing in Tortoise, was that social media, as I was saying, is kind of a black box. I mean, you will craft a post, you will spend a lot of time to polish something, and then fundamentally it does not work. And then you also do not have much idea of why it did not work. And then what typically happens is, I mean, there are a lot of tools, like a lot of analytical tools, which will tell you a lot of, I would say, static analysis, a lot of trend lines, how is your engagement going, and stuff like that. But then all of them are fundamentally post facto. Now, when I say post facto, it is that you will keep on posting, but you will only understand the output after, let us say, a week or 15 days when that trend line starts to come out. So fundamentally, there is no such thing which can basically help you before you go out to publish. So our basic inspiration was Grammarly. I mean, I'm sure almost all of you would have used Grammarly or would be using it. Fundamentally, how Grammarly works is you are typing something, Grammarly will keep on giving you suggestions then and there and helping you improve it. So we wanted to build something similar for social media. Obviously, we've started with Instagram, and the objective is fairly simple: that while writing an Insta post, instead of directly going to Instagram and publishing it, you should first come to Predis, put in your caption and your creative, and let the Predis AI tell you that how could you improve that. We give you a lot of suggestions and a lot of ideas around hashtags and captions and everything. And overall, whatever we have seen, like with the users we are working with, I mean, it has been working well till now. So this was problem number one. Number two was like obviously everybody has competition and everybody wants to know that what is the type of, I would say, content which is working for the competition. I mean, anybody, be it an influencer or an social media marketer within a company or an agency, like for any company or any brand, you will typically have a couple of content themes running simultaneously. And then you also need to understand which of the content theme is getting more engagement. And similarly, you want to understand the same thing for your competition also. As of today, if you have to figure out how your competition is doing or what is the type of content making sense for them, you primarily will have to go to Instagram, keep on scrolling down their profile, trying to make a mental model that okay, I've seen these kind of posts have generated such kind of engagement. So it is kind of a very complex task, which is not very easy to do. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to use AI to decode what are the different content themes which your competition is posting. I mean, you and your competition, and then out of that, what exactly is getting more engagement. I'll come to it. I'll show you when we are doing a demo. And then obviously the third problem we are trying to solve is like creating engaging content is a very time consuming and very arduous process. I mean, everybody would agree that it takes like weeks to create like whatever a month long calendar. And even like whenever you're posting it, you're not really sure that should I change this, should I tweak it, should will this look good and stuff like that. So fundamentally, I think these are the typical like these are the three problems we're trying to solve. So let me just go to the next one, which is how are we trying to solve it? So as I said, I think so we have been trying to train an AI, which basically understands what kind of content works on Instagram and then gives suggestions accordingly. So just to explain to you how we have been doing it till now is since we have Instagram API access, we have gotten a lot of posts from Instagram, which have been given to our AI to train it. So the AI has fundamentally seen almost what 60 million posts across different genres, different type of handles, different type of content themes, and has a fairly good idea of what type of content works when and stuff like that.
That
Yeah.
honestly blows my
So now
mind,
obviously,
when it said 60 million posts. That is that the AI has been trained with. Guys, you're getting this is what you're getting, guys, with Predis. Yes.
yeah. And one more thing which I would want to add is what typically happens is every day as users keep on using Predis more, the AI keeps on getting more data to play with. So every day, I mean, it keeps on learning new stuff from whatever new post switches get. So I mean, this is basically it will keep on getting better over time. Yeah.
Awesome.
So let me just okay. So now obviously, like whenever I tell people that okay, we are trying to build an AI for Instagram, everybody kind of looks at me with disbelief, and half of them think that I'm trying to like whatever like sell them something like snake oil or something. So let me just typically explain how does the process exactly work. So like step one is basically when you actually give your caption and your image to the AI, and the AI understands what are you trying to talk about. So, I mean, fundamentally, this is not a very easy problem to solve. As you saying, like English is not a language which can be understood by computers. A simple example, a simple word. Let us take a word surprise. Now, surprise, surprised, surprisingly, used in different contexts, will absolutely give absolute different meanings to them. And like this is what the captions are about. Images are a different ballgame altogether. Images could like represent a lot of stuff. Like there are different objects which are playing with each other within the image. People decide to write a lot of stuff within the image to make it an infographic and stuff like that. So the AI, once you give like your caption and the image to it, it basically first tries and understand what are they trying to talk about, and then applies learnings, whatever it has learned over time. Second step is AI will give you a lot of suggestions. The AI will show you an engagement indicator, which basically tells about how well will this post perform based to relative to your average posts. In terms of suggestions, whatever the AI gives, you have something like time and day of the week, you have caption length, you have hashtags, etc. Suggestions is something we have been actively working on to keep on adding more and more suggestions. Like one thing which I would want to add is like we would absolutely appreciate feedback. We would absolutely like to love more ideas around what different type of suggestions could be added. And we also have a product roadmap which is also published on our website. I mean, we can keep on adding to it. Obviously, like a lot of the roadmap has been built talking to users. Now, once the AI suggests improvement, step three is basically curated hashtags and captions. So, hashtags obviously is a very debated topic on Instagram. I think the jury is still not out whether you should use hashtags, you should not use hashtags. So, I'll tell you from our analysis, from whatever post we have seen, till the time you're not a very mega influencer, I would say like whatever 2 million, 3 million type of followers, till the time obviously hashtags help a lot. I mean, fundamentally, whatever we have seen is after obviously people reach that kind of influencer range, sorry, that kind of follower range. After that, I mean, it is more about the personality, more about the person, and hence hashtags don't matter. But otherwise, I mean, it is always advisable to use hashtags. Now, captions is something which obviously you guys have seen a lot of GPT-3 based tools. I think we had a few questions in the community also whether are we using GPT-3. So we are using a similar family algorithm, and that is basically what we use to give you out a lot of captions. So I think this is in a nutshell how it works. I think once we see it in a demo, I think it would be better. Okay, yeah. So main features. So fundamentally, as I was talking about, three different features: AI-based improvements, curated hashtags, captions, and competition analysis. I think before I go ahead, can we quickly check if there are any questions till now?
Yes. So Philip asks, will this support other languages as well? Because he's from German, and yeah, is there any
So Philip, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. So Philip, I'm really sorry, but we do not support German right now. I mean, obviously, we would love to have support for other languages. Right now, we focus rather we support only English.
okay,
Yeah, but I mean,
Philip,
if I
I hope
was
that
you, I would
answers your
give it a
question.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we can give it a shot. Let us see. I mean, how well can the AI interact, understand German also. So Philip, if you could just put in a small caption in German, I mean, we could try it during the demo.
Yes, Philip, you should give a German caption. We don't know. We never tried German caption into the AI, but it'd be really fun to try it.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so should we start with the demo?
Guys, just bring. Should we start with the demo? Tell us. I around 15 of you are watching this webinar right now. Should we start with the demo? Even if some of you reply, then yes, we start with the demo, and then you can explore the questions. So I guess there are many users who want other languages as well, where it says they're like, English only. Tell us which language you want, and if languages are getting more requests, then yes, we would 100% like to consider it, have it, talk about it in the background, you know, and then decide if this is the future that you guys want. Yep. So yes, France is also here. He is excited. German account. Yes, Philip, this is going to be fun. Yes, let's get started with the demo, Tanmay. Guys, stick around.
I
We
think the
will be
best
taking captions from you live. So yes, stick around.
I think the best part would be only Philip will know what did did the tool perform well or not, because I for sure can't read German. Yeah, okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Yes, got
screen.
it.
So this is Predis.ai. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, starting it is fairly simple. Just click on try button. I mean, we obviously need login with Facebook. Why? Because, I mean, we originally used to support Google login also, and we still get a lot of requests to support other emails. But the basic logic was that if somebody is a Instagram business account holder, then they would always have login with Facebook. So, which is why for now it just works with Facebook. Yeah. So this is how the basic screen looks like. So let me just quickly write some caption. I think I had written something. Sorry. I think this is a simple caption which we can try. Yeah. And sorry to sorry, I missed that. Before we start with the demo, can we have one Instagram account just to run that analysis so that by the end of the demo we should have it ready? I missed it. I should have it asked it at the start.
Guys, do you want an Instagram? Do you want to try us with your Instagram account, or I can give my Instagram account? It has so much of data the AI can take in, but I would love to try it with your Instagram account and see if this is going to work or not. So tell us if any one of you wants to try it out with your own Instagram account, and we would be love it. Yes, dietitian Amandeep Sony, see, has commented his username here. It's DIETITIANAMANDEEP
This one?
dot official. Yes, that's the dietitian Amandeep Soni. He's been our customer since long. Yep.
Got it. I
Yes,
think
the
he
AI
has
will get a
45.
ton of data.
Yeah, I think he has 45 posts only, but I mean, that is fine. We can
Okay.
always give it. So fundamentally, why I am giving this is by the time we are able to complete the demo, And yeah, we will have the analysis for this account also. So Amandeep can understand like how, like what type of content is working for him.
There are many users that are commenting their usernames also now. Yeah.
I think now let us, yeah, let me just quickly start with the demo. I think we have Amandeep. Rest of you always can just quickly log in and check it. Yeah, so I was, yeah, so let me just quickly show you guys how this works. So this is where users can put in their caption and image. I'll just take whatever this image. Yeah, so fundamentally, this is where my caption goes. Like whatever I'm planning to post on Instagram, this, let me just say that I'm planning to put it on a Thursday, and this is where my image is. I'll just click on predict. So fundamentally, at this point of time, what is happening is the AI is trying to understand what are we trying to convey via the caption and the image, and then give suggestions accordingly. Now, this engagement indicator, what I was trying to talk about, this fundamentally tells that how well will this post perform when you publish it. Now, since this is on the amber side, it fundamentally means that this post might not perform as well as your average post. For example, on an average, if your post gets 100 likes, this uh, post might get slightly lower than that. And if this was on the greener side, then obviously this post would have performed well. So this is the basic, I would say, metric on which you should keep an eye on while you are trying to craft the post. Now, obviously, the AI also gives you suggestions on what can you improve. So as you see, it is saying that instead of 7 p.m., you should try posting it on 3 p.m. We have not added any hashtags, so it is kind of edging us to add around 17 hashtags. So this is like step one, what I was talking about. Step two is basically recommended hashtags. Now, we show hashtags by captions and images. So what has happened is the AI has kind of understood that we are trying to talk about traveling, visit Rome, and and going to Rome. So which is why these are the kind of hashtags which have come out. Hashtags also come show the typical reach which they have. So it is advised that you kind of use the ladder strategy or the staircase method. Like do not choose all hashtags which are large. Do it a mix and match between different smaller and larger hashtags. And selecting hashtags is fairly simple. I'll just click on whatever I like. I think I like this. I like, yeah. I can just click on this and I can paste it here. These were my hashtags by caption. I have hashtag by images also. So as you see, the AI was able to understand that this is somewhere around architectures and ruins, and which is why it has kind of given
Okay,
a lot of
so the AI is actually scanning the both caption
yes.
and the image, and it's suggesting hashtags based on the caption one and the image too. Interesting. Yeah.
Correct, correct. So what we typically recommend is you should use a mix and match, like choose some hashtags from the caption bucket, choose some hashtags from the image bucket. So it kind of does more justice to your post. So this was about how do you choose hashtags, and then I have this thing called as inspiration for caption. This is fundamentally what I was talking about, AI generated captions, which you could use to craft your post. Now, these are, I would say, not fully formed captions, but these are more like a lot of ideas which you have, because I know that a lot of people get stuck. It's not easy to write something good, which is why I mean there are a lot of ideas which kind of come out, and you can just copy one of them and just, I would say, polish it, tweak it a bit, and that kind of becomes your caption. You have an option to generate more. In case you don't like these ideas, you can just keep on generating more. The AI will throw new ideas to you, and obviously you can choose one of them. So between this, I think the way to craft a post is fairly simple. Put in your creative, put in your caption, choose hashtags. In case you want to change the caption or something, you can change it. Just try to have a look at this engagement indicator and just click on predict. Was I clear?
Awesome.
I think it's a fairly simple thing to
Absolutely.
use.
Yes, yes,
Got
yes.
it. So let me just go to the explore content section. I think let me just check what has happened with, yeah. So I think last time when I was talking to Meena wanted to see the, yeah, yes. So this was basically the Instagram handle for PitchGround, and we had done a content analysis on this, and this is how it looks like. So fundamentally, I'll first explain, like as I was trying to tell you, this feature is fundamentally to understand how, what are your competitors trying to talk about and how is it working for them. So for me, assuming that PitchGround is a competitor or whatever, I just want to see how how
Yeah.
PitchGround is trying to use Instagram. So fundamentally, how the AI works is it will read all of the posts done by PitchGround, and then it will bucket them into similar image categories, similar post categories, and then basically show it to you in such a manner. So as you see, I mean, this is a fairly, I would say, distinct grouping which has happened. And what we also show is, like, in front of every group, what is the share of voice, how many, and what is the engagement percentage. So now, two questions if I have to ask. First is, what type of posts are making the most sense for PitchGround? Like, what type of posts are generating the maximum engagement? So, I mean, as you see, these type of posts are basically having the maximum engagement percentage. And the other question is, what posts are not working at all? So I think whenever Meena tries to do some kind of a webinar, I think that is something which is not appreciated much by users.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
this is one way of looking at data. Other way is, what is the share of voice? So I think a category which is kind of working okay from an engagement perspective is also getting a reasonable share of voice. And I think this is also fine. Your share of voice, no, I think this is not fine. Maybe these kind of posts could do well with your audience. So maybe you would want to increase them instead of having something like this or stuff like this.
Very interesting. So it actually tells me to make a certain types of posts that get more engagement as
Yes.
opposed to the posts which aren't really working. Interesting.
Yes. So the idea is that, let us say you have to plan your next month's content. You could come look at this and understand, okay, I mean, this is what has worked. Maybe I would want to do more posts like this. Or you could look at your competition and then try and see that, okay, this is something which is working for them. Maybe we should also give it a shot.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. So I think this is what the explore content bit was. I am not sure why, but on a live demo, we have a problem. Just give me
Mhm.
1 second. Let me just check this. Why has
Sure.
Amandeep's thing not loaded? No, I think let me just try and add it again. Yeah, so just give it to analyze.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Got
I
it.
think we
Yeah.
didn't do
So
this step
typically,
before. Yeah.
yeah. So I think this typically takes some time because there is a lot of data to be crunched by the AI. So it typically takes some time. So maybe what we can do is we can just wait. I'll just stop sharing, and maybe we could take any question answers till now.
For sure. Yeah. So, guys, what you just saw is the demo of Predis. And can you tell us, like, if you have any questions that you have for Predis, for the team here, because we are here to answer, or any feature requests, or any, you know, any sort of suggestions, because everything is welcome here. This is a tool built for specifically Instagram. And if you're on Instagram and if you want to ace Instagram and you think algorithm is not working in your favor, then this is what you need to be. This is the kind of tool that you need to be eyeing for. The tool is not yet live. Yes, the tool is not yet live. You cannot purchase it right now. The tool will be going live on April 15th. That is just 2-3 days from now. And I'll once again remind you about the tool on April 15th so that you can just purchase it.
Yeah.
So we have people watching it, and guys, if you have any questions, tell us in the comment section, and we will be ready to answer about the team, about the product, about the future of the product, and any kind of suggestions, etc. So basically, what Predis does is scans your post, that is your image, and the caption both, and suggests you the hashtags to use based on the image, based on the caption, and it also suggests you captions to write so that you can get a better idea of what kind of captions you could write. And the engagement meter of Predis also shows you how this post is going to perform in the future. And they do it by analyzing all your past posts on your Instagram account. The prerequisites are nothing. It's really simple. All you need is an Instagram business account and nothing else. So I'm sure, because if you're trying to grow your account on Instagram, you need an Instagram business account. Because why would you want to grow Instagram by having a personal account? Because the kind of analytics that Instagram itself gives you, with the business account is insane, which is profile visits and all the other analytical data that comes with the Instagram. I think business account totally makes sense. So if you're on a personal account, I would highly suggest to shift to a business account ASAP with Instagram.
Okay. Do we have any questions till now? I think either everybody has
Um,
understood everything.
yeah. No, we have just people joining in from Indonesia and different countries
Got it. Got it.
that we can see. But yeah. So Philip, are you still there in the webinar? Can I know any competition analytics? That is interesting question.
Yeah, so yes, you can know any competitions analysis. I mean, the only limit is the number of competitors you can look at. But fundamentally, there is no, I would say, limit to is there a particular account you cannot look and something like that. So also like at the backend, fundamentally, since it's an Instagram official API, they don't really mind till the time it's a valid handle, whatever data we are asking for.
Interesting. Can you like quickly show us how this looks?
Okay, let me just quickly show you guys how do you go to and edit an account. So this is where so I already have shifted myself to a lifetime deal, and I'll just click on manage projects. So this is where your different projects kind of look like. Just I mean, you could have so fundamentally multiple projects have multiple handles and their competition, and I can just go to let us say edit a project, and like these are my different competitors whatever I had. So like for Amandeep, like you're trying to add his handle, I can just click here, add this handle, and click on analyze. Like this, I mean, if I don't want to do this, I'll just cancel it, and I could have some other competition name which I can add. As simple as that. The only thing is, whenever you're searching here, you need to search with the exact Instagram, I would say ID, the handle name. Otherwise, Instagram search API does not work. It's not like
Okay.
I would say Twitter, wherein I can just keep on searching for something and it will show me the result. And once I click on
Awesome.
analyze, obviously the AI takes some time because, as I said, it's a lot of data to crunch, and you will start to see these options here. So let me just show you some other analysis also. Yeah, so this was a handle where I had added a lot of, I would say, different handles. Like this is a separate company, it's an influencer marketing company and stuff like that. So that is how typically the competition analysis looks like. This guy, he basically runs a foodie account. He's also using us, something like this. So this is how it looks.
So basically, you can see what kind of posts that your competitor is doing and what's working for them.
Yes,
That
yes,
is powerful.
exactly. So
That is really powerful. I mean, uh, if you look at that, I mean, you can see what kind of posts that your competitor is doing, and you can actually click on the engagement and then you know arrange it according to their highest engagement that they're getting, and you can actually see what kind of posts that your competitor's account is performing better on. And this is a
yes.
very good kind of analytics that Predis is showing, because I would 100% like to know if what are the best posts of my competitor, and what exactly is how much of engagement, how much of kind of how much which kind of post the competitor is making, etc. And this is a very nice way to look competition analytics.
Yeah, let me also quickly show one more example. So this is a vacation, I would say, tours company, and we had an analysis for them also. So as you see, I mean, the results are fairly, I would say, we have been the AI has been able to group into various different categories. Now again, like the highest performing posts are where they have seems like these are tourists which have gone with them, like in different settings, and these are more like landscape photos. And then the lowest performing bits are something like this, where obviously like it has some kind of a monument, or these are different monuments in itself. So if I was the company, maybe I would want to, yeah, I would want to focus on such kind of group photos and stuff like that.
Okay, and we have one more question. It's like, what do you mean by share of voice? Does it mean portion of all their content, or what is it?
Yes, so share of voice is basically, let us say, if a handle has 100 posts and there are 20 posts about food, so the share of voice for food is 20%. So
Okay.
which kind of content category is getting how much, I would say, mind share in terms of users? That is what share of voice talks about. It also shows you what are the total posts in that category. So I mean, I can see that whatever is the share of voice obviously is more posts, and then in terms of absolute numbers also, you can see that okay, what is my average engagement for each of the posts in this category. One thing which I forgot to show you was we can also filter it by time range. So if you want to see that okay, in the last 3 months, what are the different type of posts which have they have done, and how is the engagement looking for them, that is also something which is possible. Let us quickly see this for the PitchGround account, because I think Meena should be able to verify it fairly fast. So I think in the last 1 month, these are the kind of posts which you guys have done, and between that, I think, yeah, you've gotten more engagement. I think this was the second one.
So
The
that
other
was,
one has gotten,
yeah.
yeah, and the other one has like not gotten much engagement. And if I have to do it for the past 3 months, then yeah, again, like let me just sort it. Yeah, so I think there have been some different themes which have been more popular than this, and whatever we saw. Yeah.
Interesting. And this actually makes me know which kind of posts are working. And obviously, the posts with the pictures, with the human image, actually perform well. There's no doubt about that. And that's been working here. And
Yes.
Lakshmi Verma says, amazing tool, looking forward to it. Awesome, awesome.
Great.
So,
So another,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, please
please.
tell me.
So,
So
Lakshmi and everyone else, this is the tool and which you just saw. And the lifetime deal, as you can see, it's scrolling. You cannot purchase it right now because it's not yet launched. We wanted to do a sneak peek to you. We are doing that last minute bit of testing for the lifetime accounts, etc. So we just came live to show you how this tool works. And I'm glad you like this tool. I'm glad you're finding this tool really useful. And this is a pre-launch, and the tool will be launched on April 15. Tell us if you want a webinar on April 15, and we are happy to do it again because we love coming forward in front of you to showcase the tool to you, to get in your feedback, to answer your questions, to clear your doubts. Because when you're investing your money with PitchGround, when you're investing your money in a tool, we would like to inform you every single thing about the tool because you deserve it. And your money is hard earned. So we just so Tanmay, you were telling something.
yeah, so one thing which I wanted to add was with PitchGround, since the community is, has been like, it is very engaging, at least whatever I saw on the Facebook group. I think from the users also, like what we are trying to like look forward to is that obviously we can talk to them, we can like share a lot of, they would share a lot of feedback, generate a lot of new ideas. So I mean, all of those things are we are also looking forward to that. So for us, I mean, wherever I've seen like the people are like kind of afraid about lifetime deals. They typically say that no companies just launch lifetime deals, and then we like you nobody looks after those users and stuff like that. So I just wanted to say that for us, I mean, the basic reason of launching this was so that we could interact with more and more users and get more feedback.
um, Absolutely. So for people who are watching this live right now, I've placed a banner on the screen, and for all the people who are watching this live, this is just impromptu. You guys are amazing with this webinar, asking a ton of questions, engaging with us. So I want you to comment Predis. That's Predis in the comment section for a surprise. I'm gonna reveal what the surprise is later after I get all the comments in. So comment Predis wherever you're joining this from. That is Facebook, that is Twitter, that is YouTube, wherever you're watching this webinar from. Comment Predis, and you will get a surprise. So we are already getting comments. That's Predis, and France says Predis again. Comment Predis for a surprise. France, I'm glad you're sticking around and you're still watching this webinar. Comment Predis for a surprise. That's Lakshmi Verma commenting Predis. And guys, only 2 comments. We want more comments coming in. We want more comments. So comment Predis, and one of you guys is going to. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but comment Predis, guys. I'm looking at all the comments. There are almost 8 or 9 people in the live right now. So comment Predis for a surprise. German Predis. Oh my God. France is like, I just want to test this too, for sure. And yeah, let's see more comments that are coming in. Okay, we are getting more comments here from another Facebook user says Predis. Okay, I'm sorry I can't see your name. I'll just go to and check your name. Okay, Abhishek Patil joining in. Akash, Amit Kumar, Dutoit Smith. Amazing, amazing, amazing engagement, guys. I see viewers from YouTube, from Facebook, from Facebook group. Amazing, amazing. So the surprise is one of you guys are going to win the Predis lifetime deal. Yes, one
Wow.
of you guys is going to win the Predis lifetime deal, and the winner of the Predis lifetime deal is, should I announce it? Since France, you're sticking from the starting till the end, you are the winner of the Predis lifetime deal. And you will get the account ASAP as soon as everything is set up, hopefully before the deal launches on PitchGround, which is the very first time we are giving a lifetime deal to a person before launching on PitchGround. That is amazing. Usually the giveaways happen after the launch, but this is the very first time because France, you've been amazing. You've been joining our webinars from the, I've seen you join our webinars. And yes, France is very happy. He's like, yeah, awesome. Awesome, Franz. I'm glad. Thank you so much. And it's amazing. I'm happy to see that you have won. We've already spoken on Messenger in the past, and great. Message me again, and I'll hook you up. So that's it for this webinar, guys. Thank you so much for participating in this webinar. The lifetime deal, as you can see the scrolling, is launching on April 15th. This is the pre-launch party, and April 15th, get ready because you're going to change your Instagram after that with the help of AI. Thank you so much for watching this webinar. And Tanmay, thank you so much for joining and explaining us about this tool and answering all the questions that the PitchGround community has in for you.
Thank you, Minak, for having me here, and thank you, PitchGround community, for like the questions. Looking forward to this.
Absolutely. See ya, guys. See you in the next webinar. By the way, see you in the next webinar. I'll be doing one more webinar alone. Let's see what I'm going to do. We have one last question we would like to answer. I think there's a proper rule that we have that until we answer all questions, we're not quitting the webinar. So, um, how reliable is this tool to gauge performance of social media creative instead of external posts? Interesting. So, yep, you can answer it better.
Okay, so I think, see, the proof of the pudding is to eat it. I think you should try it and gauge it for yourself. If you ask me, like we have had a lot of accounts who have been starting to use it. And let me quickly, like there's an account called as Trips and Tales, which I was showing you with. It's basically a backpacking company. And since the last, I would say, 2 months, they've started using it. I have practically seen, and you could go to their Instagram to verify this, but I've practically seen their engagement, like average per post engagement, go up from what? Uh, 250 to almost 350 right now. And obviously, in terms of followers, also they have improved. So obviously, I mean, it does work. I mean, we have seen people use it and obviously like benefit from it. And fundamentally, as I said, like since this is an AI, it also keeps on learning by itself, learning every day with whatever people interact, whatever new post it tries to, whatever it reads. So obviously, that way also it is improving.
And Elton, this AI has already seen 60 million posts across Instagram. So yes, we're pretty confident that this tool is, reliable to gauge performance of a social media creative and suggest hashtags and captions based on that. And thank you so much for this for joining this webinar, Elton. I'm glad all questions have been answered, and we're looking forward to the launch on April 15th. So, see ya, guys. Thank you so much for joining this webinar once again. Congratulations, Pran, once again. Thank you.
Congratulations, friends. Thank you, Minak, and the PitchGround community. Thank you.
Yeah.